This is the Mercedes-AMG GLE53 and it is good at doing one task very well. It can take you to places where other performance cars can't take you. Before you can hit the fun roads and unleash this AMG monster, you've got to survive the real test, city traffic. But hey, it's a Mercedes-AMG, so you don't have to suffer. Just throw it into comfort mode, recline a little and pretend Pune traffic is just part of the AMG experience. Now sure, this thing is massive. Feels like you're driving a luxury tank, but thanks to the 360-degree camera, you'll be squeezing through the gaps like a pro. Inside, it's proper AMG business. Black interior, sporty touches sprinkled everywhere, and the best part? Actual buttons. Yes, real physical clicky buttons. What a concept. There's even a sleek little trackpad in the center console for the infotainment system, which Mercedes for some reason decided to remove in the newer cars. Big mistake. And the AC controls? Also not buried in some digital maze. They've got their own dedicated buttons. It's the kind of old school luxury that makes you smile. The seats? Yes, you're pretty pampered. Heated and ventilated in the front, plush enough to take a nap in during a signal. Rear seats are pretty good too, although the sloping coupe roofline might make taller folks a little bit uncomfortable. But hey, looks over headroom, right? After driving for a bit, dodging rickshaws and potholes like a champ, we finally made it out to this beautiful spot. The kind of place where the car just looks right. So before we talk about how it drives out here, let's take a second to appreciate how this thing looks, because the GLE Coupe, well, it definitely makes a statement. Now you definitely cannot bring your C43 or your M340i to a place like this. The GLE53's biggest advantage is that it's an SUV which can basically crawl over anything that you want. So let's quickly talk about the design of the GLE. Now personally speaking, I mean, it's no secret, I'm not a big fan of these big coupe SUVs. I think they look gaudy and outlandish. And I think the GLE53 doesn't really come to my taste. The GLC43 on the other hand, well, I started to like that car in terms of the way that it looked, but the GLE53 hasn't really grown on me. I think it's just absolutely massive and the sloping roofline doesn't really work with it. But coming back to the looks, since this is an AMG, you get the Pan Americana grille up front, more aggressive bumpers with massive vents to cool down the 3-liter turbo inline 6. On the side, this car has been optioned with the 22-inch cross-spoke AMG wheels. You get some side steps as well on the side. And go down to the back, of course being the coupe SUV that it is, it has a sloping roofline and an immediate cutoff at the end to give it that sporty look. And yeah, at the back there isn't much going on. You get some AMG diffuser treatment and quad tailpipes which make quite a racket. But yeah, this thing, well, it's massive. It has tons of road presence, and especially in this emerald green paint, which is stunning honestly. In the dark it looks black, but if you look at it in the light, it has this lovely green hue. This thing looks like an absolute menace on the road. Mercedes-AMG is a little bit confused at the moment. Ever since they announced that they'll be discontinuing the 4-liter bi-turbo V8, well, I know they're bringing it back now, but ever since they did that, the whole AMG lineup of cars has been in a total mess. You have 35s, 45s, 43s, 53s, 55s, 63s, and the list goes on and on and on. I mean, there are way too many models and nobody really knows what means what. But let me just give you an example. The GLE53 now has a 3-liter turbocharged inline 6, and the previous model, the GLE43, the car that was sold I think so 5, 6, 7 years ago, that had a 3-liter turbocharged V6, and the GLE63 at the time had a 4-liter twin turbo V8. Yeah, very confusing. Anyways, let's talk about this particular car for now. This is a 3-liter turbocharged inline 6, and inline 6 Mercedes cars are very rare to come by, and this is one of them. Makes a healthy amount of power, over 430 horsepower and 560 Newton meters of torque. It has an all-wheel drive system, a 9-speed automatic gearbox, and it makes a whole lot of noise. When the GLC43 had come to us, we had posed the question, is it a sports car or is it an SUV? In the case of the GLE53, you can't really ask that question. This is a real SUV. It is absolutely massive. This thing even has an off-road mode, and honestly speaking, you can do some sort of off-roading in it because the ride height is pretty high, and also you can tinker around with some of the settings and go up some pretty steep stuff. But how is it as an AMG? I have to say, it is a pretty entertaining one. Let's get one thing straight. This thing does not handle like a small car or like a GLC43 or anything that is nimble on its feet. You can definitely feel the 2.3 tons of weight in this car. Moreover, this car is on air suspension, so the handling is a little bit compromised because of that, but it does stiffen up quite a bit once you put it into Sports Plus and the suspension goes a little bit lower. It does feel pretty stiff, but it still doesn't handle like a small little nimble sports car in any sort of way. But what it can do is give you a pretty entertaining ride, because this 3-liter inline 6 turbocharged engine makes some really nice noises even when you're not going at full throttle. Put it down one gear, it's like the car has a pops and bangs tune from the factory. And honestly speaking, this is a sweet sounding engine, and it's a very rare engine to find in Mercedes's portfolio as well. Inline 6 engines aren't really Mercedes's thing, and the fact that they've made one and it sounds so good and drives so good is a real big surprise to me. Moreover, the thing is, you don't have to be going full chat in the GLE53 to have fun. Even if you're going at half speeds, just clicking through the paddles, making sure that the engine is making some sweet noises, trust me, you're going to have a lot of fun. Now the GLE53 might not be the fastest thing around, and handling is definitely not its forte. but what it can do is basically what I just said, all in a very decent manner. Moreover, it can take you to places where stuff like maybe its sedan counterpart like the E53, which is going to come to India soon, it can't take you to places like this over here. The E53 will scrape everywhere, it'll probably get stuck, and yeah, it won't be as comfortable as the GLE as well. So the GLE53 might be for a very specific buyer, but whoever buys it will definitely be entertained, because the thing is, in order to have fun in the GLE53, you don't have to be going a million miles per hour. Even if you're going normal cruising speeds and you just keep on upshifting and downshifting, the noises that the 3-liter turbo inline 6 makes are insane. It's like it has a pops and bangs tune from the factory, and that is exactly why I think the GLE53 is one of the coolest buys out there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let us know in the comments down below what you think of the Mercedes-AMG GLE53. Would you buy it, or would you buy something like the X540i or X3 M40i for that matter of fact? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.